Hey guys, welcome to the Swap Moto Live Show presented by OGO Power Sports and FMF Racing. I'm Donn Maeda, and I'm joined for the second time by Axel Hodges, my buddy.
What's going on, Donn?
So thanks for coming. Thanks for coming without an escort this time. You know, we had Philip with you last time.
Yeah, last time we had my dad holding my hand on set, and we did this thing together.
It was what, the day after Halloween, and you're a little bit under the weather.
Yeah, day after Halloween. I couldn't contain myself the night before, so dressed up as Keith Richards. I actually had like mascara on my eyes the next morning, so.
Well, I may have to go look at that show.
I don't even think I watched it after that. I was pretty bummed on it.
Nice. So dude, a lot has happened since that last thing, and so like there's been a lot of things I wanted to ask you about and stuff, and I know we text here and there and DM, but dude, the big jump, right? The world record is a distance jump, right?
Yeah.
How gnarly was that, like when you crashed? I mean, and what happened? And
it was pretty gnarly. That was like my second crash. I actually not really crashed. When we're doing dirt to dirt testing one day, we're coming down and we're going farther and farther, and I think I was getting about like 320 range, and my wheels started blowing out. So I landed going like 330, I think, and my front wheel blew out, and it was just like, whoo, whoo, like I was riding a horse, and
head shake.
Got like to the end, and then the thing locked up, and it like bucked me over the bars, and I just like landed on my feet. I was like,
no way.
Well, that was pretty wild. So that was like the first scare, and then yeah, we started hitting the ramp, and that thing started getting so big, and I was going 106 hitting that thing like, yeah. I think I hit it 20 times and like over 350, and that was pretty gnarly, which I like doing. I was hitting it a lot because I just wanted to be comfortable.
Yeah. How many seconds were you in the air?
I think it was about 4 seconds I was in there.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So.
And then to go that fast, like you had to build a special bike, right? I got a KX450F with a pipe.
Yeah.
Won't go 100.
Yeah, Jamie with Twisted, we were kind of just testing everything. That was a flat track pipe, that big one I put on my Instagram. That thing sounded mean, so we're testing that out, seeing if it was giving us more top speed and whatnot. So we got Mitch at Pro Circuit, and he kind of tried to do his best to get kind of the same specs as that and make it actually a moto pipe, so I didn't have a pipe under my bike hitting 400 feet. I didn't want to.
But did you have like a 42 rear sprocket on or something? Or?
Yeah, I had like a 44 or 43, something. Wow. I can't remember, but yeah, it was low.
Okay, so you training for that, you built the dirt to dirt out at what's now State Fair, right?
Yeah.
That's where you're practicing?
Yeah, I was in the parking lot there. They started off, there's 3 different takeoffs. So first one was 150 on the right, and then they had one on the left that was 200, and then the middle one was 300. Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think by the first day I was jumping 300 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between nose wheelies and stuff that you do in your yard to something like that.
I mean, that was something I never really planned on doing.
So they came to you with that idea?
Yeah, they came to me. They're like, you want to hit this jump? And I was like, yeah, I'll try it. It was just something new. I like doing new things, and I like hitting big jumps, so I figured it'd be up my alley. And in a way, we kind of moved fast, and so that's where I was jumping it so much to try to get the time in, and so what happened wouldn't happen, but that's just how things go sometimes. And
okay, so Twisted Development built your engine, you had gearing so it'd go really fast. What else did you have to change on the bike for that? Did you have to make the suspension super stiff, or was it just
the suspension I had was like a 2x4, and I had a couple different bikes. I had a bike that had motor work in it. I had a bike that was just mapped, and then I had stock and whatnot, but we didn't really want to ride the bike that was built because, you know, when you build a bike, they tend to blow up more, and you don't want to be going 106 and that thing sees off the lip. So we were trying to keep the bike as stock as we could and reliable to where that one happened. So,
dang, dude.
Yeah.
What does a bike do when it's in the air for that long? I mean, is it this typical lean forward, get a dip, or?
Yeah, well, that's like, I was learning as I was doing that. So like, until you get to a certain point to where like over 100 miles per hour, it kind of completely changed on me to where there's more wind drag, and just how you come off the lip is completely different. You're going so much faster, just so much more lift, and that brake tap is just so important to get right off the bat, to where when I crashed, we moved the gap bigger, and that's to where like when I hit a bigger jump, I'm usually yanking, trying to get that thing. So I just kind of think some of the nerves kind of took over in the moment, and I was going so fast off the ramp. I just kind of did what I usually do, and I lifted up, and by the time the front kind of picked up. By the time I braked, it was too late as I was arcing, and it just kind of stayed up on me and slowly just started the back dropping, and I was like,
what goes through your mind at that point?
Oh shit.
Because you knew you were going to crash, right?
Yeah.
Or was there like,
I kind of did something similar the day before, and I have it on video on my iPhone, actually. You hear my dad, he says the exact words, he goes, oh shit. And yeah, so I kind of thought it would be like the day before. I actually rode it out. I just landed heavy and slapped.
Yeah.
And I thought I would be able to hold on, so that's what I did that day. I jumped it. I was like, oh shit, here we go. Like, not knowing if I was gonna crash, and that thing just slapped down. Then all of a sudden my feet were my hands were just like pretty much touching the ground. I was boogie boarding on my seat, and like that part was kind of slow motion. I was like sitting there, I was like, whoa, I'm really riding my bike on my stomach right now. And then that's when I slowly just started losing my balance, and I kind of just rolled off with it, and then I just started sliding.
Yeah.
And
Thank God you're in a leather suit, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I was in the Alpine Star leather suit. Thank God for that thing. I kind of slid off, but I've never had to get off that fast. So when I was sliding, I thought I was going a lot slower than I was. So I was like trying to get up, and that's when he's seeing those pictures where I started tumbling because I started trying to get up. And as I was doing that, I wasn't wearing leather gloves because I'm an idiot. I thought I wasn't gonna crash. Like, I wasn't thinking about that what if. So my hands were just dragging the ground. I was just trying to keep them up like that. And that was the worst part. My hands just got so scabbed up and road rashed. So
you injured your ankles, right? I saw the pictures, and your feet are just crazy. Like, bent up.
When I landed so looped out. I was on my toes. So I landed on my back, and my toes just flexed and pretty much touched my shins. And at the moment when I got up off the ground, that didn't hurt so bad because my adrenaline was gone. I mean, I stood up, but my ankles were stiff, and I was like, all right, it was this way. I kind of want to do it again, just to like get it out of the way with. I didn't want to have to wait a day and go hit it again. And then so I went in my Attitude trailer, waited like 30 minutes. I laid there, and I went to get up and put my boots back on. I couldn't even put pressure on either of my feet, and I was like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna jump again today.
All right, so that's that was on hold, right, or paused. Is it going to happen again? Like, do you have plans to go back and conquer that?
I mean, I do, but just with the way it's working out, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Really? Too busy with other stuff?
Yeah, that, and just everything.
Kind
of want to get some other things checked off first. I never really planned on being a long distance jumper. It is something I'd like to conquer in the future, but I got some more stuff on my bucket list that I'd like to check off first. I got out of that one lucky. God was definitely looking over me on that one, so I'm just gonna kind of chill out and get some more time on my bike before I try to go.
Was that I know you've done plenty of burly things, but was that stunt? Was that like the scariest thing you've done? I mean, just think about hitting a jump at 104 miles an hour and jumping over. It was pretty dang scary, but that's to where the point where it was so scary that I didn't even think about it. Like, I would just try to tune it off. Someone would ask me about it, I'd be like, I don't really want to talk about it. I just want to go do it. It was kind of it was definitely pretty scary. I mean, to a certain point, like 350, I was comfortable. I think I could do that all day. But as soon as I started getting like 106, hitting that thing several times a day, it was getting pretty stressful. Yeah, I bet. I bet Philip was stressed out.
And just hard on my body. I was hitting that thing a lot, and I liked going deep on the landing because I was close to like landing up top. It's better, but you're going 100 miles per hour. You don't want to even like be close to the knuckle. I like going long instead of short, so I was just going as far as I could down the landing.
Hey, so the time you crashed and you slapped the front end, did it break the wheel?
I'm not sure.
The bike had to have been wadded.
The bike was pretty weeded, but I didn't really look at it after. I don't think it broke the wheel. We got some pretty good wheels by that point.
Yeah. Right on. All right, so the other crazy thing you've done since you're on the show was the real Moto and the front flip. How scary was that? I mean,
that was pretty scary, but now that I've done some other things since that, I'd say that was kind of more mellow.
Really?
Because you're so close to the ground, and yeah, you could get hurt, but I don't think you would die doing a front flip if you landed on your butt.
All right. So was the the take on the video? Is that the only time you've done it, or did you go back and do it a bunch more times?
Yeah, that was the only time I did it, actually.
Yeah, one and done.
But yeah, and it's like the setup we had for that, we kind of rushed it because we were doing real moto that day, and we shot that, I think, in a day or two. So the setup I had, we were doing it into the bag, and then we pulled it and just kind of made it real quick so I could do it. And it was kind of a flat landing and just not really the ideal setup I wanted for it, so I didn't really want to keep doing it. So it's definitely something I kind of want to come back to this year. I got some ideas I want to do with it, and been working on it. We got the sleigh ground, so. Okay,
so the flipping frontward and landing, were you just like extra tight, squeezing the bike with your knees?
Oh yeah.
To brace yourself from going forward more?
Yeah, just knees, arms, just everything, just so I didn't want to slap the head with my handlebars. I wanted to look as clean as I could. Yeah. So.
Right on. Well, hey, let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsors. We'll be back for more with Axel. Hey, welcome back to the Swap Moto Live show presented by OGO Power Sports and FMF Racing, joined by Axell Hodges. So we just got talking about the real moto front flip and all that. The next big thing is the alley-oop, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that was probably inspired by BMX, but like, at what point do you think I could do that? I mean, or where'd you
get? It was just kind of a matter of time. I've always thought about it, and growing up, I've always done like little alley-oops on my bike and played with it, so I kind of just felt like I could do it, and it was just kind of a matter of sacking up and putting all the components together and start trying it. And the first day I started trying it, I started it on my 110, and first one I didn't even get close. I just like kind of rode off. I didn't even know what I was doing, and got it by the third try on my 110, and started doing it dialed on my 110, and brought it to my 450, and the first time I did it, I didn't even get like half of halfway.
You're doing like, airbag though, right?
Yeah, airbag.
Yeah.
And when I was doing it, the quarter pipe's 18 foot tall, and the airbag we have is 12 feet tall, I think. And so the first day I was doing it, I was just going so high into the bag, and the free fall was so high that I kept coming down, and the bars would go into the bag and puncture it, and then it would pop it every time. So the first day I tried it on my 450, I only got to do it like 3 times because I jumped it, popped it, we had to patch it, jumped it, popped it, had to patch it, and then we popped it one more time. We're like, all right, we need to figure something out.
Yeah.
And so then our first go-to was to put tennis balls on the end of the handlebars and then shave the levers.
Yeah.
So that way it's not such a spear piercing the bag. So we did that. That helped a little bit, and then still ended up popping it a few more times. And which, sorry about your bag, Matt. Kind of put that thing through the ringer. But anyways, we elevated the bag. So we put the ramp down on the pad, and we cut it out so it was kind of 6 feet higher, and I wasn't falling into the bag as high. And with the tennis balls, I started not popping the bag, and then I got to be able to do it more than 3 times a day. And then I started figuring out to where I didn't need tennis balls anymore because I wasn't gooning out every time dropping my bike into the bag. I started coming around and started doing it, but then I was at a point where I'd do it like 2 times in a row. Third time I'd just completely beef it and like look like an idiot. So I just got to the point where I just wanted to keep doing it to where I didn't have those screw ups anymore. And which was kind of a long learning curve. I probably hit the bag like 300 times trying to figure it out to like what to do with my body. Because at first I thought it would just be like kind of like a 360 lean back and just like a backflip almost, but I actually had to like start leaning forward off of it to like keep my front down to where I wouldn't end up doing just a backflip off of it. So just kind of figuring out what to do. It took a while, but as soon as I started getting it down, I was like, okay, I want to do this 10 times into the bag perfect, and then I'll be ready for dirt. Yeah. That's what I did, and it worked out.
Is it all body English that makes it happen, or is there some
It's throttle? Everything. It's like, it's throttle. Like sometimes I'd come in too fast and then hit the ramp and my bike would like unload a different way to where it wouldn't spin the same way. And that's to where I started coming in slower and giving it more throttle on the ramp to get the snap. And then, yeah, it's kind of like body English too. It felt like I was just still on my weight forward, but when I look at videos, I'm still kind of like to the side. So lean forward, come off the ramp, and then pretty much you just hang your like head over the handlebars like you're doing a swan dive. So that way your like front stays down and you can get into tranny.
Was it disorienting at all? Like I mean, really. I can't do a flip into my swimming pool. I get all like cockeyed. But I mean, to go up and around like that, you knew what you're doing the whole time, or was it?
It's almost just like a 360, like almost, because you would go up and you put your head down and you're looking at the landing the whole time. So wherever your head goes, that's where you're gonna go. So I just go up, look at the landing, and just not take my eye off of it. And it's not that disorienting, no.
So
maybe if I did like 4 spins.
Yeah. But. Okay, so that was another one and done, right? You did it, and you're like, I got it.
Yeah, that was it. That was, I think it was Christmas, the day after Christmas. I was like, okay, I got it. We got the video. I want to make it into the new year without being injured. But
it's kind of funny how well, for you, you're like a social media and YouTube sensation, right? But like, you got this trick. You developed this new trick, and you unveil it in your own video, right? It's not like the old days where guys would work on a trick and do it at Best Trick at X Games, right? But any aspirations of doing something like that, like taking something that you've developed to a contest, or is it always going to be a video-based thing?
There's been some talk with some things that they might want to do that can't really talk about yet, but yeah, I'm definitely you'll be seeing more alley-oops soon.
Nice. All right, so in that video, the alley-oop, there's several angles of it and they're all badass, but every time you hear somebody going, woo, who was that?
That was me.
Oh, that was you after you landed
screaming?
Yeah,
that was me.
Oh, okay. I was like,
because I was just so happy to be rolling away from that one.
Yeah, I bet.
That it worked out.
That's so funny because it's in every cut of the thing. We can hear you.
I just screamed my ass off. I was so happy to land it.
Yeah. So, okay, so that, we were talking about like how scary the big jump was and the front flip. Alley-oop, was there a big potential for just eating shit and getting hurt?
Yeah, alley-oop's probably second on the scare factor list. Because alley-oops, or the quarter pipe's 18 foot tall and the landing's like 22 feet tall or something. So I just didn't want to knuckle, land wrong on top of landing and fall to a flat bottom. And that's when you could really get wrecked. So that's what I was scared about. And to not crash on that one and ride it out, felt good.
Okay, so we were talking the other day. You do the front flip, you do the alley-oop, and then you get completely wadded and end up in the hospital at a pit bike race.
Yeah.
So that was Twitch promoted that?
Yeah, there's a DBK
like with
shake
the
and bake
NASCAR
race. Yeah. So we usually go there and do freestyle demos, but we had no demos this year, and Twitch set up with DBK. He got in there and got the straight rhythm thing going, and it was kind of more for fun. And
yeah. And then so you got like punted off the track or something? And
yeah, I like lined up next to Hansen and screwed up off the start and Hanny being Hanny took me off the track, and I'm like,
yeah,
screw this mother. And I just pinned it in third, not really thinking of that I was going to crash. And
yeah.
I was going pretty fast. I was third wide on my 110, and I was looking at the side of the lip, and it looked hard packed, so I was just going to bunny hop and just coming back on the track, but that wasn't the case. I hit the soft sand, completely endoed, nose picked, did a front flip round 2, but landed on my back.
Like in the video I saw, you get up and you're like smiling or laughing or something right away.
Yeah. Well, I got up, I was like, I kind of felt like I hit my head, but I wasn't knocked out, so I'm like, oh, I must have not have hit it that hard, and kind of had the wind knocked out of me. Everyone was around me, and I just was kind of like sitting there, felt like an idiot, just kind of wrecked myself on a 110 in front of everyone. But then I stood up and stood there, felt a little woozy. Then I rode back to my trailer, and I started seeing like spots and like feeling like I was gonna black out. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get checked out by the medical team here. And sat in there for like, after 20 minutes went by, I started feeling like I wasn't gonna faint and breathing. And then they're like, anything else, sir? I'm like, oh, my back is kind of sore. And then they looked at my back, and I had a bunch of scrapes on it, and it was kind of like, it was swollen near my spine. And the lady there kind of freaked me out. I'd be like, yeah, you might want to go get an x-ray on that. So my girlfriend pinned me down to La Jolla Scripps, and they got me in there. Next thing I know, I'm butt naked in trauma. And they're like, I felt like I was dying or something. They're x-raying me, taking blood out of me, getting me all these tests, and ended up staying the night. And luckily nothing was broken. And got out of there.
Damn the pit bikes,
day.
right?
Yeah, damn pit bikes. They're fun though.
Hey, we're gonna take another quick break here from our sponsors, but we'll be back for one more segment with Axel. Welcome back to the Swap Moto Live show presented by OGO Power Sports and FMF Racing. Here with my buddy Axel Hodges. So,
what up?
What else is new, dude? I mean, I know the Slayco casual stuff is blowing up, right? And
it's going good.
I just got your new helmet.
Yeah, I got a helmet now with Bell Power Sports. It's kind of a Slayco collab. That's my little brand I got going. That just selling merch and having fun. Me and my family are just kind of running it out of the garage, selling shirts. So I got that. I got my Slayco Spies 7 gear just released, Slayco x7. Which I'm hyped off. I never thought I'd have my own signature gear. And then I don't have Slayco boots, but for the jump, they actually made me a custom set of neon yellows that I just wear probably every time I go ride now, and it's kind of cool. I got my own logos and all my gear, and I got my own merch, got the fake hoodie going.
Yeah, what's the story behind fake?
I don't know, just everything's fake. I'm wearing fake Gucci's. It's kind of a fake room. Everything's fake.
Yeah. So, I have to ask you, like, so, you know, you have all the different T-shirts and stuff, and then I see like Instagram videos of Philip packaging and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, it's got to almost be a full-time job, like packaging and taking stuff to the post office and shipping it out. Right?
Yeah, that's where.
What's the type of volume you do? You like 100 orders a day, 200 orders a day? Or?
It depends just how hard I'm putting it out on social. Recently, like, it's been like every day, all day, to where like it's hard to go ride because I got to go pack shirts and do that. But recently I've been kind of slacking on it, which I'm kind of bummed on. I want to get it back going, and I got some new things coming out here the next couple of weeks that we're going to get back going. And kind of I got a head injury right now, so got some time to pack some shirts. And but yeah, it's going good, and I don't know, I love selling merch. It's fun. Okay,
so the one of the skeleton guy on crutches with the cast, I saw that quite a bit on people, right?
Yeah.
What was the single most like best seller that you've had?
It's probably that one.
Yeah.
The crutch tee. Yeah, that was for sure. Like, people just love that shirt. And I was getting tagged on Instagram. There's kids that just beefed it. They're on crutches. They're wearing this shirt, which is cool. I like seeing that stuff, them in it. I don't like seeing them hurt, but seeing them supporting and having something they can get and kind of relate to is something cool.
When did you start the whole merch thing? Because I think when we made the Slay video and we were interviewing you, you know, about the whole how you got everything started, I don't recall if merch was a big part of the equation back then.
Yeah, no, I didn't have merch. I started doing some things with me and BTO. We kind of teamed up and did some merch, but I wasn't really doing it on my own and pushing it as hard as I could have. So I'd say the last years to where we started really cracking down and making stuff and pushing it to kind of be its own brand and something real, not just something I'm kind of doing.
Yeah. So how big do you plan to take it? I mean, is it like, let's make a t-shirt, I want to buy something, and then
I don't know, the goal is to hopefully, I don't know, I want to brand myself and kind of be like, you see like Ken Block, DC Shoes and all of his Gymkhana stuff, he's making a killing, and that's kind of a good inspiration to be like, yeah, I can brand myself and hopefully have longevity, so when I can't ride a dirt bike anymore, I can still have a brand and help kids that are riding dirt bikes and sponsor them and just kind of help out the youth and just keep the legacy going.
Is it still pretty cool for you to go somewhere and see somebody wearing something that you
it's super cool. Like being a racer, I grew up, and kind of when I started doing the whole Instagram stuff, everyone would give me crap like, oh, you hit that rut fast, but you did it once and you're just filming it, like kind of a joke kid. Like, so now to kind of see where social media is going, where it's going now, and the places it's taken me, it's kind of, I'm super blessed.
Pretty wild, right?
Happy to be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay, now, dude, you have a signature helmet now, right?
Yeah.
And it's got to be pretty cool to see your peers. You know, like I know Wanky's wearing one, and Twitch has asked for one. And,
they're all wearing them at the pit bike race.
Yeah. So I mean, I got mine the other day, and I was laughing. And we joked about it, like, you know, it says Slayco on the back.
Yeah.
I should change mine to say Shrey.
Yeah.
You say it to Wanky.
Yeah. I like that one, Shrey.
Yeah.
Wanky's kind of like the Asian version of me, I'd say, so that kind of fits him good.
But like that, I mean, dude, I've heard that that's one of the best-selling signature helmets that they've had, and then they have plans to release a kids version, and that I'm sure is going to go nuts, right? Yeah,
I mean, super blessed for that Bell approached me and wanted to do something like that, and I'm glad, like happy with how it looks too. It's not just not being, what's the word for it? I'm not being biased because it's my helmet. I'm going to tell you it's the coolest. I'm actually kind of pumped on the way it came out. It's, for me, I always wear black helmets. Black goes with everything, and kind of put like the cheetah print on it. Grew up, that's my mom's thing, cheetah print and zebra print. So put a little bit of that in it. Got the lightning bolt on it, and got my skull on the top. It's just a good, clean looking helmet, and it's cool to see all the love I've gotten on it.
Yeah. Where did the skull logo come from?
The skull logo came from my brother, actually. He does Sunken Scum. It's not really a brand, but it's kind of just something he does, and he's got like Guns N' Roses looking logo, and people just kind of like that, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I want to do something like that, like skulls and that kind of whole vibe they got going, and just got a designer and kind of said, yo, we want a skull with a Slayco S, and that's what he made, and we ran with it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I remember when you debuted that, I think it was for your Snapchat, right?
Yeah, I put it on my like Snapchat with the barcode so people could scan it and add me. Yeah.
So okay, so what's next for Slayco's signature? I mean, why isn't there a Axell Hodges monster can?
I don't know.
I know I've seen you on gas station walls.
Yeah, I've made a couple. Yeah, I was actually at a gas station the other day. I walked in and I was on the wall. I was like, that's pretty damn cool.
Do you run in there and go, hey, that picture out there, that's me?
No, no, I'm not that guy, but I definitely Snapchat it.
Yeah. All right, so you obviously get recognized everywhere you go, and then so you're driving your Toyota Escondido Tundra and it's got your name on the side, right? How often are you getting people honking it at you on the freeway and stuff? Because like I know, like even with our trucks, got Swap Moto Live, like I've tuned myself out of it. Like when I drive, I just look ahead, because there's always people like, you know, on either side sometimes, or like waving or whatever. And
that's the point. You just gotta look forward.
Yeah, I'm just tired of looking at people and waving, but it's got to be 100 times worse for you.
Yeah, it's pretty common, especially driving to the track on the freeway in Temecula and stuff. There's always guys pulling up to me, Slay! Yeah. Which is, it's cool. I like it. I don't mind it.
Yeah. So Fox Raceway, is that where you primarily still ride? Like I know I see a lot of edits.
Not really. They took out the freestyle ramps out of there now, so.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of
why would they do that?
I don't know.
Okay, but you got the new property now.
Yeah.
You know, tell me about that. Where is it? And it's like some gigantic amount of land, right?
Yeah, I can't tell you where it is because I don't want a bunch of bogeys showing up trying to show me up on the sleigh ground. But I got 40 acres, and that's been my whole goal. Everyone always asks me, oh, you still live at home, you dork, oh, your dad, oh, you're so rich. But no, I've been just living at home, saving up all my money to be able to do what I want to do. And just bought some land. We just dug a well, so I got water, and plan on building some pretty cool stuff out there, and a place to stay. I want to build a house out there and just kind of have my own.
Okay, so what do you have out there? I mean,
right now,
it's got to be like dirt bike Disneyland.
Yeah, well, right now we're kind of still in the building process. We haven't got to build so much yet, but right now I got a quarter pipe landing with a 75-foot landing on the other side, and that's where I did the alley-oop and practice for that. And Matt McCall, he's been coming out quite a bit. He brings his ramps out, helping me out a buttload with the airbag and how to learn all the tricks. And couldn't front flip and all the alley-oop wouldn't really be possible without him. And got him out there, and my Attitude RV trailer set up out there, which is pumped. Those guys are helping me out, and kind of for the time being gives me a place to stay out there and just be able to ride. But pretty much that's all I got out there right now.
Do you have other dudes out there riding with you so you're not alone?
Yeah, I've had like Bierman come out and a couple other buddies come out, but for the most part I haven't really gone out there to just ride for fun yet. I've been out there working on projects and stuff, so it's not like I've got to have a ton of people out there yet, which I will, but I want to have a good setup to where they can come out and have fun. And I've been trying to get Twitch to come out, but he's kind of been cool guy to me. He's like DBK warehouse, but
he's in there packing, right?
Yeah, he's out there packing. He doesn't want to help me come pack my jumps.
So are you gonna make like a moto track? 'Cause I mean, I know at heart you're a racer.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna make a track to where it's kind of like Paul Levette track, where it's fun. I can have my buddies come out there and ride where they don't have to stress about hitting a 100-foot double and end themselves. Yeah. But
yeah, maybe I crack up when I see you guys at Fox, you're always on the vet track. You just love that track, right?
Yeah, well, now that I'm not really in my racing prime anymore, I go out there, and it's kind of, the vet tracks is more it's more fun to go out there and just go cruise with your buddies and wheelie the tabletops. And I go on the main track.
Jumps that aren't supposed to be connected.
Yeah, and then I go on the main track. I go try to do motos now, and I do 3 laps, and I'm like, damn, I got arm pump. This sucks. But I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Well, hey, we're running out of time, but is there anything else, like anything you want to share or talk about or promote?
Yeah, I've actually got these new Slayco Ethicas coming out. Seems you're looking clean.
Nice. So we got bands and goggles and palm trees.
I got some chonies coming out here pretty soon. That's my next drop. So.
Nice. Right on. Well, hey, if you're watching, I'm sure you already follow Axel on Instagram and subscribe to him on YouTube. But buddy, thanks for coming out.
Right on. Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure having you on. So bookmark swapmotolive.com on the internet. Got a lot of cool stuff, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.